Hey there everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video. And what I'm going to be talking about in this YouTube video is about clutter. Um, and mostly the reasons why people clutter, because there are tons of videos out there on how to declutter, how to get organized. So if you really want to get organized, there is tons of videos. I like learning from videos because I'm more of a visual learner. Um, just do a simple, just do a simple search in Bing, and you'll come up with tons of videos, tons of other stuff too. And it's just, and if that's all you really need to do, just to get organized, then the information is there. You just got to go and look it up. But if the problem is a little bit more deeper as far as clutter is concerned, well, then it gets to another point, because we all clutter, and I'm using myself in this because I do clutter more so recently, and I'll get to that in a moment. But we all, those of us who clutter the apartments and just can't seem to, either throw anything out. I mean, I'm not as bad. You would not find my show on, you would not find me on Hoarders, because I am not that bad. And but there's reasons why we clutter, and one of the things, like I work in a nursing home, and there are a few rooms where there is so much stuff in there. First of all, the residents share a room, so there's two people in a room, so automatically all your privacy is lost. That's why I think nursing homes should only have private rooms. And for people to socialize, they should have more places in the throughout the home where people can actually go to socialize with other residents and other residents from different wings. But anyways, the reason why people clutter in a home could be, in a nursing home, could be simply because they've lost so much, and I can understand that feeling because I've lost so much in this past couple years, 2-3 years. Not really as much as someone in a nursing home, because one of the things that they lost that I haven't is like mobility. Because they're stuck in that home. Even though they can still walk around and get around. If they're not in a if they're not in a wheelchair. Even if they're in a wheelchair, I mean, some people who are in wheelchairs actually do get around quite a bit. But they've lost so much. Sometimes their homes. And sometimes not even seeing family a whole lot. I mean, nursing homes, pretty depressing place to be. That's why I think we should definitely redesign nursing homes. But that's another video, which I think I've done. So anyways, how, if you can't get over, you have all this clutter. It's not as bad as Hoarders, but it's just, there's just piles that, well, not necessarily piles everywhere, but everything's just not organized, and you're keeping a pair of pants that is ripped. Why would somebody do that? You gotta find out what it is for you. You gotta learn to deal with it. Now, some people have to go to a counselor, and that can be very expensive. And they do have counselors for that, and counselors do specialize in that. But if you can do it yourself, you could save that money, and you could put that money into actually decluttering. Getting the stuff that you need to organize. Because organizing is pretty simple. Keep, donate, and trash. You sort it out. You have keep, donate, and trash. It's pretty much that simple. For most people. If because when people save things, they're usually holding on to an emotional idea, or an emotional I guess an emotional idea is the best word you can come up with now. And they're just holding on to these emotions of either this person's not there anymore, or this job's not there anymore. Especially if you're in a low-income job, it's like, okay, now what else can they take away from me? And that reflects in your house or your apartment, and those things have to be dealt with one way or another. So you want to get yourself a notebook. Go to Staples, Walmart. Walmart's probably the cheapest place. And now, seeing that it's like back to school, there's just tons of deals. The notebooks are cheaper, the pens are cheaper, and organizing supplies are cheaper. So it's like, oh, let's go buy and buy and buy. But that's also another form of cluttering. When you have to buy something, just to buy it, even though you don't really have enough, even though you don't really have the money to actually, afford that, but you still need it, because it's filling some type of emotional need, because there are people like that too. So, get a notebook, nice pen, keep it with you. Like I've had this for quite a while. Little portfolio thing. It's like I don't think it's real leather, but it feels like it. It's definitely not plastic. Maybe it is leather. I don't remember how much. I've had it for so long, but I love this thing so much, and it's just a regular portfolio with notepads. And that's all you really need to keep a journal. You can just get something like this, but you want to try and get something that you really like, you really love, because you're gonna be using it. Because this is gonna help you get through. And I also love small pens, and you can't find small pens like these anymore. I mean, you can find them, but they're mostly like these big gigantic things. But anyways, so you want to get something that you really like, because you want to be motivated to write in it, and you want to try and write in it every day, or best yet at night before you go to bed. Go to bed a little bit earlier. Say your prayers. Drink your coffee. Yes, I drink coffee before I go to bed because it helps relax me. And then just open up whatever notebook you have. And I like this because it also has like a little place where I can put my pen. Anyways, so get something that you like, and then once you get that, write in it every day. And even if you have a laptop, and you just want to type it out on the laptop, you can do that too. Even though I do a lot of writing on the laptop, because I do write articles over at robertg.blogspot.com and poems and things like that, poetic prose, essays, all those types of things. I still like writing with the pen. Pen and paper, there's just something about that feeling for me. So you want to do that. Write it every day. Set yourself some goals. Some small goals that you can accomplish. Because that's important. You want to declutter your place, and you want to toss things. So set some small goals. And if you come up with an emotional issue, grab your notebook, pen. That's also why I like doing it. Why I suggest people use a notebook and a pen, or you can even a nice little planner. So when you're actually cleaning, you can just, you come up with an emotional issue, write it down. And go over that notebook, because first the act of writing it down helps release it. So it's not in here anymore. It's out there, and when it's out there, you can deal with it. And you can. So, do that. Now, I also have written some poems and poetic prose that I would also like to share. Because it talks about me dealing with my clutter. Me dealing with my clutter. Helps get them out. And they sound good. And if these poems can help someone else, these poems and these pieces of prose can help someone else, all the more better. So anyways, this first poem I wrote a little while ago, July 18th. And it is up on my website, my blog at robertg.blogspot.com. Yes, it's a blogger blog. I got the blogger blog because I started blogging before Facebook, before what's that other site? It's like another site, Facebook and something else. Anyways, before those places, I was doing my blog there. And actually for about 4 years, that blog was my podcast. So, it's evolved. I don't do podcasts anymore. The old links are still there. But there's still, other content around there. But, right now it's just text, and sometimes I'll throw a YouTube video in there. So anyways, the title of this is Afraid of Loss. And the poem says everything. Wednesday night before payday, all the night is still, in hopes for the pay expected. Pay rent, pay cable, and live on a tight budget until the next payday. The same old dance steps play in my low-income life until the next payday. Until the next payday. So much was taken away from me this year. This year it hit me on all fronts with no safe haven in sight. Waiting for the next payday. Waiting for the next payday. I do realize that this is something I must learn in this life. Loss. I'm so afraid of losing everything, that it is harder to fly as the eagle. But all I do instead is worry. Worry until the next payday. Worry until the next payday. In my mind, I see eagle fly as free as the wind, as wise as the seasons. And I see me fly as the eagle. I'm free as the wind and wise as the seasons. Just wait. I'll take flight and live my dreams on the next payday. On the next payday. So much was taken away from me this year. This year hit me on all fronts, with no safe haven in sight. Waiting for the next payday. Waiting for the next payday. I need to be who I am, to have that freedom, to live my passion, to make it happen. One day I will fly as eagle. One day I will not fear. One day I will see all this and rejoice. But until then, I'll just wait. Wait for the next payday. Wait for the next payday until all my dreams come true. So much was taken away from me this year. This year it hit me on all fronts with no safe haven in sight. Waiting for the next payday. Waiting for the next payday. When all my dreams come true. When all my dreams come true. When all my dreams come true. So, hope you like that one. And that was self-explanatory. The title says everything. And that's why the clutter has gotten more intense for me right around this time because of the past 2-3 years when everything was just being taken away from me. You know, I lost a good paying job. Actually, I lost a job that I liked. I was actually traveling around making pretty good money, even though I worked a hell of a lot of hours, 50, 60 hour weeks, but it was driving and I loved it. I love visiting new facilities. But I lost that, fumbled around, found something else, lost that, wound up in the job I am, worked my way up to account manager, and then bingo, get shot back down to after 5 months to regular housekeeper. I don't even like cleaning. I never really wanted to get back into cleaning. It was just one of those things, one of those jobs to just help me get out of the help me survive the recession that's still going on. But things are getting better on that count. I'm trying to mentally release myself from that place. It's Healthcare Services Group. You can do a search on at job websites. I know Indeed, where you could actually rate your job. And Healthcare Services Group is a cleaning company that is in many other states. I forget how many states, but there's a lot of complaints from the people who work there or used to work there. And the company, company sucks. Avoid it if you can. If you can't, think that you're going in there for a certain time and then leave at a certain time, because otherwise they'll force you out anyways. But that's another video. And I'm also going back to school. I went back to school to do interior design degree because I love being creative. I'm a very creative person. And I'm also tired of just working really hard and getting paid crap. So I needed to do something, and I found out about this at the local community college, which is also a technical college. And you know, I did 2 courses this semester. My first online course and an offline course, oral communications. I love oral communications. I got a B+ in that class. But you know, so it's getting back there. I just gotta keep working on it. And clearing out this clutter for me helps me release these emotions. These, it helps me to release all that stuff from healthcare services group, and all the bad crap that happened to me the past 3 years. And this next poem is where I'm going to, or where I'd like to go to, where my true essence is. The title says it all. It's called Free Spirit. Free Spirit. Clutter every corner, most every room, holding on to the past, grade school, high school, not only good, but the bad. Old jobs, old bills, old mistakes. To be free of blocked energy. Decay fills future. Good weighs down. The turtle's shell exposed. Vulnerability, hurts, past and future possibilities. Only in the mind, torture self. Imprisoned. To break free, to uncover wings, fly as eagle, be who I am, into present moment, to create future good, to create future good from a joyful history, to be who I am. And that's all any of us can be. We can only be who we are. And we decide who we become. So who do you want to become? Those of you who are cluttering out there, who's had that problem, who do you want to become? Do you want to become, one of those hoarders you see on A&E? Or do you want to be, one of those people where you get to invite friends to your house and it's all nicely decorated and it looks beautiful and there's no stress, or even if there is stress, it doesn't bother you because you know how to deal with it? It's up to you. This next poem I also like. What's this? Oh, my paper for critical thinking. Awesome class. I want to reread that book though, because I think we went through that book too fast. So I have to reread that book. I did like the stuff, but just went through it too fast. And I think that class, it didn't have. It had like maybe 2% of visual stuff. An online class, 2% visual stuff. The majority of things, and it was 98% reading. Either reading the book, doing, there was an assignment thing that they had on a discussion board, the school discussion board, or the class discussion board. So it's like 98% reading and 2% visual, and the visual came at the end. Where she finally, found some YouTube videos to help teach us about MLA and proper citing techniques. Anyways, I think. Anyways, that's another video. I'm actually getting hungry. No, it's 8:30 at night. I suppose it's good. because it's helping with my diabetes. Can't eat a whole lot of stuff, so I try and eat mostly fiber stuff so it fills me up faster. So I don't have to keep eating, because that's a trick. If you're on diabetes and you're trying to change your health, eat eat more fiber. Fiber cereal, an apple. Like when I was, because when I was diagnosed with diabetes, my appetite was just, I could not eat. I would not get full. I always felt hungry. And so to do that, to like shut the brain off on saying that you don't have to be hungry anymore, um, throw some fiber in it. And one of the things, I mean, it was like fall at the time, and apples, around here in New England, it was popular. So I was eating like 2, 3 apples with my lunch. So I mean, apples are still sweet, and I like sweet, but I was also getting that fiber, which helped fill me up and carry me through the day, without, and it's also help me so my blood sugar doesn't spike. So anyways, it's a couple tricks that, if any of you have diabetes, um, eat some fiber with your meal, and you'll fill up faster. And one of the things that there's fiber in vegetables. Before I had diabetes, I wouldn't eat that many vegetables, but now I've also learned how to cook with vegetables and actually coming up with some nice meals that, it's like sit down, it's like, oh, this is nice. you know I learned how to cook, with vegetables, thanks to the Food Network. Anyways, my last poem, and it's actually more prose. Actually, I have in what do you call those things? The I don't know. It's actually a narrative poem. Um, and actually, it's in this form now. Before, it was in like a long line, with like 4 beats per line, and it just made it like 3 pages, but only half the page is full for 3 pages, and it's like, I gotta rewrite, redo this thing. So now it's only 1 page. So, anyways, I hope you like this. And it just talks about my stuff. Again, it's talking about my clutter. And be free to, talk about your clutter. Don't be embarrassed by it. Make fun of it. And just like go after it. Go after that clutter. Get your notebook, pen, nice notebook, planner, whatever, something that you really love that you're going to use every day. And when you start decluttering and throwing stuff out, because emotions are going to be coming up, you got to write this stuff down. And there'll be healing when you write it down. You'll notice over time that the emotions won't be as great because you're writing them down. So do that. It's like very important. And also another thing that'll help you with the healing process is if you reread your stuff. Like let's say the first week goes by and you're writing it every day. Halfway through the next week, or at the end of the next week, open up that notebook and go back and reread. And just see what you wrote there. And compare it to what you're writing now. And you will see, you'll see growth, you'll see healing. I guarantee it, because that's the power of journal writing. Okay, so this poem is entitled my stuff. Oh. Just gave you the white sheep. Talk to the sheep. Talk to the sheep. Talk to him. Old one. And of course the title says it all. It's entitled My Stuff. The wind blows through the bare branches in this other season between winter and spring. I look out my window to the street below. The copper streetlights shine on the empty scene. My stuff inside my home fills every corner as I think of my life experiences. Watching music on cable from a time past, as I look out my window and see the full moon shine through bare branches into my room among my stuff. It settles there, gives light to the darkness within. It must be lonely in the night sky, going through its cycles year after year. It wishes to be as the wind, which blows through bare branches in the life's flow, and yearns for touch, to be known by another, and for that intimate touch by the bard's poem. So it came to me among my stuff, the couple of earth for needed insight. We move through the time of night, living in the glow of our reflected light. She who came from a land far away had much to do and much to say. But upon her journey conversation, to her comes illumination. Her life does not need to decay. Clutter in her being, mind's loves hard to find. Even in the dark night of soul, inside the light shines bold as she looks for her guide. Her lover makes her whole to fill the gaps, not in soul, but in the personality, is all the reality needed to grow out of coal, a sparkling gem. The crow in morning before dawn caws, a moth to light, strange companionship in the loneliness of dark times. Dawn does approach, she has nothing to boast. In day's reality finds no humanity, as people pass into the day's memory. Lonely girl among stars, behind her clutter's bars. She doesn't know the trick that could make her life a treat. She might as well be on Mars. She sits alone in her world until in light's illumination twirled. And in the time of her dawn she knows she has won, because that dream girl, sunrise over the land, shadows seen, the wind stirs, the birds sing. And she, in the later in that poem, represents a couple things. The moon, especially a full moon, but the moon is in a lot of ancient lore, and it's feminine. It's a feminine energy. And it's also an energy that is all about creation. And so that is that that creative energy. And that creative energy within me also needed to be expressed. And it was just being stifled down. I needed to create. I needed to create. I needed to build stuff with my mind. and use my creativity, and I haven't been doing that. True, I do write a lot. I do a lot of content on the web, writing articles, poems. I like poems because I get to bring that creative aspect out, and also videos where I'm helping. And now getting into design, interior design. And actually, when I went to school the first time round, I couldn't finish because of some type of stuff that went on with the financial aid. Knock on wood, it's not happening this time. But what my major was before was drafting. So it's like it's still like design. Unfortunately, I still remember a lot of that drafting stuff, so that's also going to help me in the design class. Especially because of the multi-views and the isometric drawings and all that good stuff. So I mean, design was always there, and I miss how HGTV used to be. HGTV used to be a lot more on design. Now it's more about buying properties, flipping properties, and all that. I mean, all that crap. It's like, what did you do at the station? Where are the design shows? So, anyways, at least the cooking channel kept, the word true. But I mean, where could you go other than cooking? Food Network. It's about that. So, I hope you enjoyed the journey. This is probably the longest video I've ever done. It's 36 minutes, 37 minutes now, and counting. Probably the longest video I've ever done. Hopefully it's not the boring, because I really tried not to talk with a monotone or anything like that, because I see a lot of other YouTube videos, and they're either talking like so low, and you can like barely hear, and it's just like, well, could you turn up the volume so we could hear what you're actually saying? Or they would just talk in a monotone, Of course, I do have some videos like that. I actually did a video. It's in the archives. It hasn't gotten much views because it's frankly a boring video, and it was just me getting out emotion, and getting out the depression. It's very depressive video. So that's why it didn't get that much hits. So I tried, even though this is long, tried to keep it informative for you. I hope this helps. Hope this helps. Like notebook, dude. Do that. Get a notebook, nice pen. Get those emotions out. Because if you don't get, and this is not just for the clutterers, but substance abuse. Anyone's addicted to cigarettes, drugs, pot, alcohol, gambling, shopping, whatever. Get those emotions out. Write them in a notebook. A notebook that you really love. It's like, I love, I mean, it's hard to say, I love this notebook, and maybe it's just the word nerd in me, but, favorite color notebook, a little portfolio that I just showed you early in the video, nice planer, whatever it is, but write in it every day, and go back to reread what you've written. The healing will come. If you write it, you will be healed. So it is. So anyways, I guess that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoy it. Leave comments below. I'll do my best to, keep up with them. Or just comment, email me through YouTube, And don't forget to like this video, favorite it, stick it out on Twitter, get it out there. Because I would actually love to have this go into 1,000. You know, a lot like Chris Pirillo's videos. Chris Pirillo, he's got almost 5,000 videos. And actually, almost 5,000 videos. You know, a lot of damn videos and a big audience. So hopefully, get it out there if it helps you share this with others. And if you like it, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you. Stay creative in the magic of life. Thank you for watching.